Here is an example of classic photo stacking. You actually have the details in front. If you focus towards the back, the front becomes blurry again, similar to depth exposure in 3D scanning. But if you combine these two things, you get continuous sharpness. As with photo stacking, you can actually see here, if I now increase the depth of exposure, that the objects that are closer already appear, whereas the objects that are further away do not get as much light and only become visible later. The effect, however, is that we have an overexposure with the nearby objects. That's why I believe this photo stacking would be very useful. To accurately depict an entire object and then extract the best parts with the most precision. A high exposure on very close objects leads to significant noise, which again affects precision. But if we cannot capture details, that is also counterproductive. Key to illustrate the whole process. During the scan, 2 or 3 frames are captured, then they are compared and the noise is removed. After removing this noise, they are aligned again. Thus, a perspective is now captured with the best possible resolution. Let's move on to my concept with focus stacking. It will look like this. We specify the exposure range and steps. That means, for example, we want to divide it into 3 partial steps from levels 10 to 20. Decide. And now the first frame is recorded 3 times, but with different exposure settings. Then this decking is performed to have the best possible resolution. And this is then done for all frames as usual. And later, these decking photos or frames will undergo the new screening. The whole thing could be done in such a way that you can also set how many frames. That would then be the second suggestion. In addition to what is already available, to say we might want to capture even more frames. In this configuration, that actually makes less sense. The main topic would actually be the stacking of individual frames, so that you really have the points with the best quality, but also with different exposures.